Automech, Wednesday morning. This video here, as I stated in the previous video, I wanted to show more runs, and early in the morning, first thing in the morning, were these pajama bottoms, pants. Pants are cool. Pants sometimes they can be a pain. It's not so bad. Like here, these pajama bottoms, they actually have pockets. Sometimes they don't have pockets, and that can be a little tricky to line up. But when you have pockets and the right size pallet, like right here, we're running on the 6-inch pallet. Personally, I think it's best to do all pants, sweatpants, shorts, everything on sleeve pallets. And sleeve pallets are 4 inches wide. It makes for a more accurate and more seamless print, or seamless run. These 6-inch pallets, though, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. The thing with running on the sleeve pallets, you have to shrink your arc. Your arc can be no wider than 3.5 inches. But here on the 6-inch pallets, you can go up to 5.5 at the very least, right? But these 6-inch pallets work pretty well. But this run here, you have these pockets. If you have your laser up, you want to make sure you have your laser where they're supposed to be at the top and the bottom of your print. Go ahead and grab those pants. Make sure you're grabbing right at the where the pocket is, and you place it just right over the edge of the pallet. And the bottom of, you guys can see it, but the bottom of that pocket, the pocket seam, is being placed right at the top laser. Okay, and that's where I want it to land every single time. You can see my underbase there. You see the underbase there. The lasers are right above them. The one laser above the top of the print, the other laser at the bottom. When you don't have pockets, these can be a real nightmare. As far as accuracy goes, you have to do some adjusting with that. If that comes up anytime soon, which I'm sure it will, I'll definitely make sure and document that for you guys. Also, with these pockets, the only thing with the pockets there, the actual pocket, like the inside of the pocket, gets in the way. So when you're grabbing the inside of the pant, you have to, not only do you want to grab the outside of it, the seam, to make sure you're putting it on the pallet accurately, but you also at the same time on the inside of the pant have to actually move the pocket out of the way. Otherwise, you're going to print on the pocket and you're going to misprint. You're going to have a misprint. It can be a little annoying. But once you have a rhythm going, you'll be fine. That's why you want to run these nice and slow. Take your time with these. There's no need to rush these. Of course, on a sleeve pallet, I'd probably run them a lot faster. But this here, look at that right there on the laser. All right. Right there on the laser. And you want to flatten that out, flatten your pen out. What did I do here? I don't think I turned on. I think I forgot to turn on head 1 and 2. I always send my underbase around one time to make sure that it's dry. I'll just send the underbase around one full rotation to make sure that it's nice and dry. Because I use the roller frame on everything. If you hit that roller frame on your first on your first go round, and your pallets aren't heated up, the machine's now warmed up, your underbase is still going to be wet, and that roller frame is going to take off most of your underbase, giving you a weak print and possibly even misprinting your job, misprinting your good. And it's something that's totally avoidable. Misprints happen, but there's a lot of things you can do to prevent them. And that's one of those things that's a very preventable misprint. But this run is all about accuracy, keeping your concentration, and just taking your time, because you want to put these things at the same place every single time. You want it to be nice and uniform. And you want the whole gang, whoever's wearing these goods, you want them to all look the same. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Fabio just kicking it, just having a grand old time. It's 7:30 in the morning. What could we possibly be talking about? Yeah, and you see that? The print's nice and good. The print's nice. It's nice and clean. There's a dark blue on there. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have my dark blue before my underbase, because that dark blue isn't underbased. And if you've seen I have explained this before in a previous video. If you have a dark color that isn't underbased, a lot of the times the best place to put it is before your underbase. And see, that way I'm able to print that orange. That orange is the star of the show, and it would have been a shame to have to step on that. It would have been a real shame to have to step on that. So if I didn't put that dark blue before the underbase, it would have been underbase, flash, orange, spot white, flash, and then that blue last. Most people would have put that blue last. But I put it first, so my orange can pop the way I need it to, and give me that full-bodied print. You know what I mean? Meaning the print doesn't look see-through. And these pajama bottoms, man, that material, man, the material is so cheap. I mean, really, man, I had to put so much underbase down on this, and it was still kind of see-through. It was still kind of weak. The underbase by itself, but I put a lot of that orange down. I put a good bit of angle on that orange to overcompensate for it, or to compensate for it rather. It printed very weak on this. If I were working on a 14 color, I probably would have gotten my screen guy to give me a second underbase, really. What's up, Justin? To give me a second underbase, to really make those colors stand out. And here I am. Oh yeah, I thought right there. I thought I had been printing. I thought the camera had shut off on me, but it didn't. Obviously, because you're watching, and I'm talking about it, so that didn't happen. All right, but yeah, man. This is another one of these things we don't do too often, but sometimes we do. We used to print for this. We used to print for a sports marketing company, and they had the contracts for pretty much all the schools. A lot of schools in Gwinnett County. Gwinnett County, Georgia. So I used to run a lot. I mean, almost on a daily basis, I would have some pants because you have player packs. There would be these player packs, hoodies, pants, jerseys, shorts, dry fit, everything, whole player packs. So I used to do a lot of pants and shorts. I mean, 2 to 3 times a week sometimes. But we don't work with them anymore. Couldn't tell you what happened with that. But those were okay. Those were okay runs. Sometimes doing a player pack for an entire football team, that gets a bit tedious. But you have to do what you have to do to make the job, to make your prints look right, and to make sure everything matches. But I think you guys pretty much get the point. I just wanted to show this, and I don't know if you can see one side when I have the pants up. You can see me kind of manipulating on my right hand, kind of manipulating the inside of the pocket, trying to get that out of the way. Let me see if we see a good shot of that. Yeah, you see that? Pulling it to the right. I don't know if you can catch that or not. I'm checking out the print, just looking at the accuracy, looking at how clean and beautiful it looks. All right. But yeah, I think you guys get the point to this. I just wanted to show off this run. I want to do more runs. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the runs, you don't like the runs. And we'll make our adjustments from there. Until then, it's Automech. I'll see you in the next one. Keep printing.